Hello and welcome to the Knynman Raj YouTube channel and a new episode of Camp Chat. Today I'm here with my co-host, the Southwest Backpacker.
Hey, how you guys doing?
And we are in the San Pedro Parks Wilderness, right on the Continental Divide trail line. To give you perspective, on my left shoulder, all the water that comes from here goes down to the Pacific, and on my right shoulder, the water from here goes down to the Gulf of Mexico or the Atlantic. So this is a special spot.
This is the backbone of the USA right here, right where we're sitting.
Absolutely is. It's beautiful. The weather's been killer. We've seen a few hikers enjoying the same weather we've been hiking, and it's been a great time.
It's been a great time. We've had a successful hike. We made it up to the top. Was able to get our gear. We found our gear.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. For maybe some of you don't really know or don't follow or are new to this, but 8 weeks ago, Matt, the Southwest Backpacker, and I came up to do this exact trip. And the first night out, Matt had an accident, which forced us to cut our trip short.
Yes.
And but thank God everything came out okay. Matt's healthy.
Healthy again.
So
I'll stitch back up.
He's
of course, I got the brace on here, but you guys can see pretty nice cut through there.
He's got a war wound, and that's courtesy of Mother Nature in the San Pedro Parks.
Right here.
Yeah. What can you say more than that? But we both had a goal, and it's been a bucket list of mine to come up to the Continental Divide and walk some of the trail, which I've done today, and I'm so freaking excited that we made it.
Yes, it's good to be up here at the top of the Continental Divide, and the Continental Divide Trail is right behind us.
Yep, it's right there.
It's literally right by the trees there.
And we're at about 10,400 feet, maybe a little less.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's about where we're at. The air's a little thin. The sun is brutally intense. But gosh, we couldn't ask for a better day.
Couldn't ask for a better day.
Yeah.
It's been really nice. I think the temperature right now is probably around 70, 75.
I would say that's a good guess.
Out in the direct sun in the shade, I think it's probably more like 62.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If you're out in the shade, it is a little bit cooler. That's when you kind of put out a long sleeve and you come out to the sun like I did. I had to pull the long sleeve shirt off. So, man, what a great trip.
It's been a great trip.
You know, we've talked about this. We had our last camp chat that was supposed to be done right in this particular spot.
Yep.
And Matt cut his leg real bad, and so we ended up doing that episode of Camp Chat in your backyard.
Yes, we did.
Talked a lot about the trip and what happened and what we did right, what we did wrong. And it was a learning experience for all of us, and I hope, you know, those of you that are watching might have taken a few of the hints that we were trying to put out there about safe backpacking and, you know, just general common sense type stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that got to see that video, and they were already telling me that they're going to go out and do their trip just a little bit differently based on my experience and what happened, and I certainly am going to be doing the same thing myself.
Well, it makes you rethink things.
It does.
You know, you see things on a little bit of a different perspective, having been on that side of a life-threatening injury.
Well,
you know,
and you always, you know, see people that get injured, and you think, oh, that's never going to happen to me.
Right.
And sure enough, it can happen to you, and it can easily happen in just a quick snap. So you always should be prepared. Bring a good med kit with you. Hike with a buddy, and you should be okay.
Well, one of the crazy things, after you had hurt your leg, we both decided that we needed to trek out of the mountain as quick as we could. And so we both opted to leave some things behind.
Yes, we did.
And I know Matt left some food behind, and I left some freeze-dried food behind. I left a tent behind. On our way back up, we were both talking about it, kind of wondering if our stuff was still going to be there, if the animals had gotten to the food, if some hikers had found it. Or so when we got here day before yesterday, down at our other camp, we decided to walk up and take a look. And of course, we found it behind a rock, just like we left it.
Yep.
There was a little hole in the bag where I think a mouse got in and got some of Matt's nasty trail mix.
Yeah, some kind of cheddar barbecue trail mix, and it didn't taste all that great.
It wasn't good, and
Yeah.
you know what? And then the critter didn't come back for seconds either.
Right.
So I guess he thought maybe it wasn't worth the effort, you know.
I gather he had a little bit too and decided he didn't want any of it, so that goes to show you just how bad the stuff is.
Right, but we did have my freeze-dried food was all intact, and I've already eaten some of that. One of the bonus things, it was almost like Christmas, there was a bottle of tequila in there, Matt.
Yes, there was.
And it was San Pedro Parks, aged 8 weeks.
Yes.
Yep, and
Yes.
and that went down well as well.
I think it was some blue agave tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very tasty.
It was good. But yeah, so what do you think? Give me your thoughts.
Well, I think now that we made it up here, I'm really glad that we got a chance to finally hit the Continental Divide and actually do a camp chat like we're doing now.
Right.
I'm glad we had a chance to go fishing. I know you spent a good portion of the day yesterday fishing up and down the stream right there next to our camp. And,
Man, I tried. I gave it a gallon effort, and I had a couple on my line, and I think
did.
you did too.
Yeah, I had a
And,
couple of good bites and one that got on the line and then fell off. So
The first trick to fishing those little creeks like that is to be able to approach it without the fish seeing you,
Right.
which is really difficult.
Right.
You can sneak up and you just see everything dart out of the way, and you think, oh, well, I blew it for that hole. Might as well try to sneak up to the next one.
Right.
And if you can manage to hide behind a tree or some kind of good cover, you'll get some lookers. Fish will come out and they'll look at your lure and or your fly like we were using, and even had a couple takers. They just didn't take it all the way.
right.
But man, I was sure trying.
Yeah, I was giving it a good shot too. I mean, you were giving it more of a shot than I was, and yeah, I think if we were using maybe smaller hooks, we might have a better chance. Or maybe
Right.
it's just too late in the season.
Yeah, I don't know. I love a challenge like that. I'd rather fish a small creek like what we were fishing than a lake.
Absolutely.
Because it really takes some effort, and you got to really outsmart the fish.
You do.
And if you can
do.
get in there and outsmart one, boy, and you'll get lucky and hook one up. That's a good feeling.
It's nice to get that action where
Yeah.
you can feel it on your line and you're reeling it in, and
even if it gets off, that's enough of a motivator to, okay, I'm going to go to the next hole.
absolutely,
And,
it's a lot of fun.
and get another one.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay, well, we've seen a bunch of wildlife. I mean, a lot of birds. We even saw some turkeys a little bit ago.
Saw some turkeys. Saw a really nice big flock of turkeys the moment we were coming around the corner here. And I'm sure you guys got to see some of that on video.
Right.
But yeah, that was one of the biggest flock of turkeys, wild turkeys, that I've seen pretty much in the wilderness.
Yeah, that was a
ever.
big flock.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any elk, and we haven't seen any deer, which has been a little disappointing. I'm not sure.
Seen signs of them, but
Lots of signs, but maybe there's just still too much traffic going on now. I think next weekend, the beginning of September, hunting season starts.
hunting
So
season will start.
maybe they're getting that pre-hunting season vibe and staying a little more cautious and hidden.
That could be.
You know, who
that
knows?
could be. Absolutely. Yeah, I think the critters are probably ducking away in the wilderness and hiding out for hunting season, and
Right.
might be why we haven't seen a whole lot of that. But yeah, we did see an eagle, I think, that was flying around a couple days ago.
We did see an eagle. That was kind of evident. Yeah.
We saw
Coloring.
a big giant, I think it was a great horned owl. I couldn't tell because it was towards the dusk.
Yeah.
But he'd flown up into the top of the tree there.
And it was big.
He was big.
That was
yeah.
that was a big bird for sure.
Giant football with wings on it.
Yeah. Well, this has been a great camp chat. I think looking forward, we'll probably still have a couple more left in the season.
Absolutely.
I think our next camp chat may be up at my place, up on the Chama River. I have a cabin up there, and we may do a camp chat up there, maybe kind of stray from our format, so to speak, and maybe kind of do something a little bit different.
Hey, I like
You know?
different.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I've kind of been working on that, and I know you know what I've got going on. We'll leave it as a surprise, but we're going to do that, and we'll probably do a couple more after that, maybe one of them from Daybreak, from your place.
Sure.
That's always a nice place to go.
Sure, that's a great place to do a camp chat, or
Heck yeah.
just hang out and relax.
Just to get away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Well, we've hiked 2.5 miles from our base camp to get up here to do a special episode of Camp Chat here on the Continental Divide. So I guess, Matt, is there anything else to add?
Well, other than to get outside, life is good there.
Life is good out here. Look at the.
Can't go wrong.
You can see for a mile in every direction, and there's no one in sight. It's unimaginable.
Nice breezes.
It's unimaginable. Yeah.
And it's at the end of the summer, so if you guys do get a chance to get outside, please go take a hike on a trail, and please stand up for your national parks and forests as well.
Absolutely.
They're underfunded and they need a lot of help, and so please, if you can, help them out and volunteer your time if you can on the trail to do trail maintenance and cleanup and whatnot. I think it's a really good thing to do, and it gets you out in places like this.
Yep, absolutely. I give it a thumbs up. Well, I think we're going to perhaps pack up our gear and head on back down, and we got a little bit of a hike ahead of us.
Yep.
And go down and have a bite for dinner. And I know tomorrow we're going to be hiking out, so we've got a few miles to cover here in the next day and a half.
I think we do. Another 5.5 miles or so, probably more than that.
Well, we got about 3 from here down to camp, 2.5 to 3, and then another 5.5 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we'll be knocking out some miles. Well, okay. I want to thank you all for for watching Camp Chat here on the Knynman Lodge YouTube channel. If you like what you've seen, please hit the like button. Comments and questions, you can leave them right down below. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. That's right. Thanks for watching.